Ruby Johnson and Nadia Nemitz. Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, great to have you here. Is 2025 a good year to buy a new home?
I'd say so.
Used to be that the holidays kind of slow. You got a little bit of a break. Still that way?
It is, yeah. We're starting to, my phone was actually blowing up on Friday. So right after the new year, it gets pretty busy again.
Well, you guys, I know, spend a lot of time in the Grass Lake region. That seems like the boom town of Jackson County right now.
It is. Everyone's kind of pushing further west from Ann Arbor and Chelsea and moving over to Grass Lake. So it's exciting to get all those new faces in there and help find them homes.
Yeah, and some new businesses, new restaurants.
Exactly, yeah.
Exciting time.
Yeah.
For those wanting to buy a new home that have never done it before, you're putting together a workshop to help them.
So yeah, we're gonna host our first ever first-time homebuyer workshop here at Lean Rocket Lab from 12 to 2 Saturday. And we're just super excited to kind of give resources and bring knowledge to what resources are available to first-time homebuyers.
You guys are running this?
Yep,
Nice.
just the two of us.
When they've maybe moved out of they're moving out of their home with their parents, or they're out of their apartment or out of college and they want to buy a home, what's that like to sit down with you guys? What do they need to know? What kind of information are you going to get from them or provide them?
So when we meet with a first-time home buyer for the first time, they're usually pretty timid and they're not really sure if that goal is reachable or not. So it's super exciting to have that conversation with a first-time home buyer and let them know that there are so many opportunities available to them to make that opportunity reachable. So it's a really rewarding process to work with a first-time home buyer.
Is there free cash for first-time home buyers?
So there's a MISHDA $10,000 down payment assistance program, and that's available through any type of loan, and we'll get more in depth with that at our workshop, but it's a great benefit for first-time home buyers.
If you look at some of the national coverage of the home buyer market, some parts of the country, it's impossible. It looks like it's impossible. Do people get discouraged thinking that it's just not going to be an attainable goal?
Yeah, so that's kind of like our reason for this workshop, is to, let them know that it is closer than they may realize. When you're young, you're thinking, oh, I can't buy a home. I can't buy a home for another 20 years. You think crazy. And just bringing this workshop and giving them the resources and showing them that it is closer than they may think.
You've had some first-time home buyers that you've worked with?
I have, yeah. So just this year, I worked with 5 or so first-time home buyers that brought less than $500 cash to closing. So this MISHDA down payment assistance program gives amazing opportunities, and they were super thrilled when they got that cashier's check and passed it over, and it was less than $1,000. They were ecstatic. So
That's hard to believe.
isn't it? There's a
Yeah.
lot of programs out there, and we're excited to help other first-time home buyers.
Are those
get that as well.
exceptions to have such a low down payment and buying a first-time?
There is. So with a first-time home buyer mortgage, so FHA, you can do a MISHDA $10,000 down payment assistance program, and then that helps tremendously. There's also another program called Chenoa, and that helps you get down to as low as 0% down payment. So it rolls over into a second mortgage, and it helps them tremendously.
And it helps when there's some homes to choose from too. It's been tough.
It
It's a tight
has,
market.
yeah. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of homes on the market, but some of them are priced pretty highly because we're still in that mindset of closer to COVID when everything was just selling crazy and ridiculously high. So it's our job right now to kind of talk to sellers and let them know that we're not in that time anymore, and we show them all of our comps and everything to let them know and let them make an educated guess on what to list their house at.
And as you drive around town, you see homes that are under construction,
Exactly, yeah.
which we didn't used to see.
Yeah.
What about listings right now? Do you have something on the market that people could buy right now?
Oh yeah, we do. So I've got 3 listings. I have one over on South Jackson Street, and it's a really versatile property. So it is zoned RNF1 over in Summit Township, and that means that with that zoning, they can either go residential or they can go commercial. So currently that listing is being used as a salon, and previous to that it was a veterinarian's office. So it would be the perfect layout for either another salon or another smaller business like that.
How about you, Nadia? Do you have any listings that you want to share?
So there is one down in Onset. It's 0.38 acres, 20,000. Already has a private well and septic on it, so it's ready to be built on. That's listed at 20,000. And then the Munith market is for sale. That's 110,000, and then the parcel to the left and to the right of it is included with that price. So
Cool. Have we seen competition for properties where you have to put a bid in or your competition and end up paying more than the asking price?
We are, yeah. So there's still multiple bids on homes that are priced correctly. So if you price it right, you typically get more than one offer submitted on the house, and typically it goes up a few thousand above what you listed it at. So it's still competitive if you're listed correctly.
We've got, for first-time home buyers, this workshop coming up at Lean Rocket Lab. It's this Saturday. Who else is
It
going to
is.
be there besides you two leading things at Reinhart?
So we'll have Heather Harper. She's a lender, and she'll go over all of the lending information and kind of get into the nitty-gritty of the MSHA $10,000 down payment assistance program, Chenoa, and a few others as well. We'll also have an inspector from Fletcher Inspections to go over the importance of having your home inspected prior to purchasing the property.
So does someone that's selling a home get the inspector, or is it the buyer that gets the inspector?
Typically it's the buyer, and inspections are not required for the buyer to purchase the home. However, we strongly recommend that the purchaser gets their home inspected prior to purchasing it.
What would you say is the one thing people don't even think about, they forget about as a first-time home buyer?
I would say all of the work that goes into the home after. So it really helps having less that you have to fork over at closing, so that way you can put it back into your home.
Now you see signs out and about, for sale by owner. For someone listing a home like that and then dealing with someone that might be a first-time home buyer, does that add extra challenges?
It does, yeah. It always helps to have, a realtor on both sides, because they both understand, and then all the paperwork can be completed correctly and we can get it done as efficiently as possible.
And you know how to access the various programs and free cash. Nice. Do people need to sign up for this workshop?
Yeah, so they can RSVP there, or you can go to our Facebook event. It's called First Time Home Buyer Workshop, hosted by Ruby Johnson and Nadia Niemetz. And you can mark yourself as going or interested on there.
Very cool. Hope you get a good turnout, and hope you help some first-time home buyers.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today.
We appreciate it.
You bet. Nice to see you again, Ruby Johnson, and nice to have you on our show for the very first time, Nadia Niemetz
Thank you.
from Reinhart Realtors. That's it. We've run out of time. Thanks to both Nadia and Ruby and all our guests joining us today on the very first show of 2025.